Okay, quick video here. I'm sorry that this video is like very abrupt and it's happening very fast and it's kind of out of nowhere, but I need to get this off my chest. I have been stressing out over this I stress out very easily over things. One of the things that has been a big pet peeve of mine is for when people keep saying something that just sounds so stupid, but so many people are saying it that you start to question if maybe you're the stupid one. Maybe you're just not seeing something these people are seeing. So this is about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's the new Zelda game. Is a launch game for the Switch, blah blah blah. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Okay, this is a common theory that I keep hearing, and it's terrifying to me how common this is, because it tells me just like the kind of people I'm dealing with here. So before you say anything, let me just explain. So, as you know, the Zelda timeline consists of a unified timeline, and then it splits into three after Ocarina of Time. One of them is known as the adult timeline, where Link is removed from existence because he's sent back in time to the child timeline, and then there's a downfall timeline which occurs when Link dies at the while fighting Ganon. So the timeline splits due to three different actions. With each action you take, the timeline splits. Well, apparently there's this new theory going around, and I cannot wrap my head around this. There are people that are saying, well, what if Breath of the Wild takes place... Okay, it's not necessarily tied to Breath of the Wild, but I keep seeing it brought up here. If the timelines split, who says the timelines can't merge back together? Every time I hear this, I shut down. Like, my brain shuts down. Like, you know that meme of like the old woman with the math equations around her head? Like, that becomes me at that exact moment. I become the meme. I can't wrap my head around this. What? Merging timelines. Okay, you know that the reason timelines split is because of actions that are taken. You can't go back. You can't just like, okay, if you flip a coin, you either land on heads or tails. You can't, and then from there on, it's always going to be heads or always going to be tails. You can't just suddenly, at some point in the heads universe, like merge the universe, and then like you're in a universe where you somehow flip heads and tails at the same time. That's an impossibility. And of course, people that have that idea just start like defending themselves with the generic cop-out blanket statement of, oh, it's just a video game or infinite possibilities. Yeah, but infinite possibility, it has to be within the realm of possibility. This isn't even a concept. It's a non-concept. Like a merged timeline, like put it in Zelda context. Okay, if you are somebody that's had this thought cross your head, please explain to me what exactly a game that takes place in a merged timeline would even look like. Because here's what. No, I'm sorry. Oh god. Here is what a Zelda game would look like if you merged all the timelines. You'd end up with a game where Link is somehow dead, alive, and missing at the same time. A game where Hyrule is underwater, but it's also not underwater, but it's also destroyed at the same time. You end up with a game where Ganon is somehow alive, dead, and imprisoned at the same time, and there's also three Master Swords. One of them is in Ganondorf's head, one of them is in his chest, and the other one's in some pedestal, probably in the Sacred Grove. Do you understand why this doesn't make sense? I really feel like it's just something that people say to spark conversation, and like it sounds kind of interesting at face value, but then you think about it for like 5 seconds and like the whole thing falls apart. Like it's something that doesn't exist, and they're like, and of course you get the people that are like, well, just because you don't think it exists doesn't mean it can't exist. I'm like, no. Like, literally explain to me what you are envisioning when you say this. Like I can't comprehend it. Most humans can't. I mean, it's like trying to comprehend like a new color. What would a Zelda game like that look like? It'd literally be like layering Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker all on top of each other and being like, ooh, look at this fun, creative, crazy new idea I came up with. Like, I know I'm getting worked up over something that's probably not getting, like, it's just idiots talking on the internet and not really anything new. But like, please tell me, if you ever had this idea, please explain to me, like, what is it that you are seeing that I'm not seeing? And if you're gonna say, well, like, you know, like it'll just be like characters from this universe go to that universe. Okay, that's not a merging of timelines. That's just characters dimension hopping. It's like Hyrule Warriors. There's no such thing as a merged timeline. Like, please explain to me how a timeline would even merge in the first place. Okay, tree branches don't merge back into each other. People, like why am I having? Oh god, this is like logic that like a third grader could have found out. Like my little sister could have told you all this. Like, why am I having to go over with this? So please, if you are one of these people that have this whole merged timeline thing, and I understand there's this whole like dragon break thing that people keep bringing up, which is also just equally stupid and is literally just like concepts of like basically it was something, what was it, from like Game of Thrones or something, and basically what it is, it's like supposed to be a way of backing up merged timelines, but if you actually pay attention to it, it's another example of things dimension hopping. Like, you just please explain to me, what exactly is a merged timeline, how does it work, and how would that work in Zelda? What do you imagine in a game that takes place in a merged timeline? Like, I need to know. Like, I need to know right now, or I'm gonna go insane. Please tell me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this. I got to play the Switch at PAX, just like I said I did. I'm gonna make a video on that soon, and I'll be talking about it and stuff like that, and my experience with it. Until then, thank you for watching. Please let me know what the hell y'all are talking about.